Good morning, good evening, good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, citizens of YouTube. This is Pastor Dow. You know, there's an old saying out in the world: you do not bring a knife to a gunfight. And neither, if you're Hillary Clinton, do you go into the boxing ring with gloves on when your opponent has not only gloves off, but he has a knife in his hand and he has a broken bottle in his hand. Don't this political process just literally crack you up? All right, on a more serious tip, you know, Donald Trump is right on every point concerning Hillary Clinton. When you look at what happened to General Petraeus, equivalent to 2 years, and you look at what happened to a lot of other people in the Obama administration based on some of the quote-unquote mishaps. And of course, the biggest debacle that there has been of this century is Benghazi. It just simply ain't going away. Most of you people don't understand and know what's going on. Let me give you a short form of what's happening in Benghazi. All right, 4 U.S. diplomat was killed. The ambassador to the United States of America was killed in Benghazi. All because they had all the protection around them, but it came down from somebody in the State Department that they needed to stand down. Most sources believe it come down from actual President Obama. Hillary Clinton is her call on her watch, and she did. And now she gets up there and says, what's the big deal? People are dead. Let's move on from this. She would love to move on from this, but this is just like a nightmare that just simply will not go away. And I tell you, it is a disgrace to our country to allow this gangster to run for president of the United States. It's a disgrace to the political process. And aren't you sick and tired of hearing, let the lawyers handle it? How many times you've heard that crap? Let the lawyers handle it. And then in some backroom deals or some under the table deals, the judge, who is supposed to be a righteous judge, they sway the jury. They sway the jury. The judge does in favor of whoever they want. To hell with the legal system and all this stuff. Let me tell you something. There is no such thing as a justice legal system in America. Hillary Clinton, again, I say it again, the double standard. If it would have been any of us, we'd be sitting in jail waiting trial while the lawyers fight it out. But when you got dead Americans, and it's obvious that Hillary Clinton hates the military. She hates veterans. That is obvious. And I can't understand why people just don't get it. They simply just do not get it. But the mudslinging has officially started. And it's getting ready to get brutally ugly. And I'm telling y'all, if they'll quit this woman, they let this woman off, like I believe the power is going to do, because they don't want, the Clintons have been good old boys, good old girls for the establishment and stuff. You got to understand, these people work for the devil himself. And the more lives, the more souls that they send to Satan, the more he's going to do whatever he can to move all this earth, because the real estate of this land belongs to him right now until the king comes. But you have to understand, these people are high-level Satanists. And they're playing games with the souls of men. And most of you want to take me on the chin simply because I preach and teach what the Bible says. I'm a transparent pastor up here. If you got a pastor, nice sized little organization, they disagree with what I say and stuff, I'm not like everybody else hiding behind keyboards and playing keyboard ninja and stuff. Let's get this thing and let's debate this thing out in the open for everybody to hear, and then we'll find out who's right and who's wrong. That's the way men do things. Men don't hide behind social media network. They don't vent behind this stuff because, after all, ain't nobody listening to, the one thing I've learned about Facebook and a lot of these other social media networks is that losers feed losers. That's about it. But if you are righteous, man or woman, everything you do in life will only tend to plenty, and you will feed others and encourage them, inspire them to want to continue to go on to be better and to do better. That's what this is all about. This is what this channel is all about. I'm here reporting. You decide. But I tell you what, because I'm going to say the things that the news media won't say because they got a job that they're making paper from that they can't lose. I don't have anything to lose by getting out here giving you my public opinion opinion as I go to the court of the public opinion. But this is ugly. This is ugly. It's Hillary Clinton. This is Bill Clinton. Nothing but gangsters. That's all there is to it. And for her, I'll say it again, and I'll reiterate it. It is a disgrace to this country called America, because we're already disgraced anyway. We're nothing but a bunch of high-paid prostitute whores. That's all we are in this country. Bidding ourselves out to the highest bidder. That's all we are. With a bunch of chicken hawks that act like that they have testosterone when they're estrogen dominant up in this outhouse and stuff. And then we got these social melancholy psychopaths up here running the country trying to tell you and I what to do. Let's get to the military for a second. You know, I'm a veteran. And I want to ask all you active duty people out there, because I'll tell you, I've been up against a couple of shady things in the little short time when I was in the military, and I was very vocal. I understand. See, most people don't understand that military or the soldiers, troopers, airmen, Marines, they're all designed to follow orders. And they don't question the orders. They just follow the order. But when is an order an unlawful order? I mean, because after all, you can see what happens with a lot of these generals, and a lot of, they have aspirations to want to get into the political arena, and they're going to do whatever these politicians say, because they don't care really nothing about you troops. They don't care nothing about you troops whatsoever at all. None of you. And what they're going to do is they're going to promote what the agenda is as far as orders. I'm going to tell you right now, when I was in the military, man, I didn't have a clue to what was going on in this world in the political process. All I did was follow orders and give orders. That's all I did. Pretty much. Just as ignorant as a day is long. And the majority of veterans, if they be truthful and honest, you didn't truly wake up. And you know just as well as I do that the active duty people, they will never be as informed as we are until you get out. When you're in something, you don't see how abusive and how blind you are to the system of it. But when you get out and you start peering from the outside in, and that's the reason why a lot of people can't stand a lot of people like us, because we're very vocal about the atrocities and the injustice that's going on. So when is an order an unlawful order? Because after all, what the military is going to do is threaten you with jail time in Fort Leavenworth, strip you of rank, and then they're going to make sure that they mess up your military stint or employment so bad that nobody wants to hire you when you get into the civilian sector. Now, see, I just told you the coercion that they use. I told you the arm twisting that the military uses. To make sure that if you mess up and you screw up, they're going to mess up your life for the rest of your life, to where the only thing you're going to be doing is working for some landscaping company out here, not unless you develop your own, because that's, what a wicked country and a wicked world we find ourselves in today. Is it not wicked? Is it not wicked? But it's a little disgrace. I thought that Hillary would have been thrown into jail a long time ago, and the key thrown away, but it's obvious. We see exactly what's going on. This world is built for the unjust, the wicked, and the gangsters to run it. All the rest of us are serfdoms and pawns in their chess game. That's all there is to it. And until we wake up, until you start building a tight 360 around yourself, until you start learning self-preservation, you continue to keep depending upon this system right here. Look at Venezuela. If you don't know anything about what I'm saying, it's one thing to talk about the Weimar Republic. It's another thing to talk about Zimbabwe. But to have the reality of of Venezuela sitting right here in front of our eyes in this day and this time, if you don't know what I'm saying, get on this YouTube, look at what's happening in Zimbabwe, and get ready for those conditions to come to a city, a state, a country, in your local town near you. You better follow my advice. You better learn some self-preservation and invest in yourself, and to hell with this country that has already forsaken you as the people. America is not going to give you anything. They're only going to take.